hopefully y'all can see this and hear us. We were just having a little Twitch network error that we had to try and figure out really quick. But we're here, as far as I can tell, and we're going to get this rolling. It's Roll for Mischief time, another Tuesday afternoon, and we're going to keep continuing this episode 12, being dungeon mastered by Carrie Heron to my left in that direction. Um, and this one's called Finnegan's Finporium. So before we get started, does anyone have any announcements that they would like to make?
Yes, actually.
Go for it.
So in this session, whatever we want to call it, there will be lots of little references throughout. These will include like pop culture references, movies, TV shows, but it also includes a lot of original content from people who follow my Instagram page. Basically, lots of people over there sent in their NPCs, their items, stuff about their player characters, and I've dropped them all in to this. Well, it should be in this episode. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. Thank you to everyone who sent us in things. That's it.
All right.
Okay.
And I might mention what we were talking about earlier. It seems that someone has subscribed to our channel using Twitch Prime. Is that what it's called? Yes.
Yeah.
So that's really awesome, and we really appreciate you, whomever you are, for supporting us in that way. Doing this stream does take time, energy, and a bit of money to keep up with the D&D Beyond subscription, so we can have access to all the materials that we need, to pay for Zoom so that we can have this video conferencing thing, and and all that kind of stuff. And any subscription like that will just throw us a couple of bucks, and we really appreciate your support in that way. And there's a way, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can can you explain that, Carrie? I don't really know.
I only just looked into this today. So basically, if you have Amazon Prime, Amazon gives you the ability to subscribe to one Twitch stream a month, and Amazon then donates money to that stream, and it doesn't cost the Amazon user anything. So it's basically Amazon supporting your favorite streamer. And that's what the person who gave us a subscribe used. I had a look into it today, and if you felt like using your Amazon Prime Twitch subscribe runners, then we super appreciate it, and it helps us, like Kyle said, it helps us kind of keep things going. So
oh yeah, we really
thank you. It's awesome.
Yeah,
we love it.
We love it. We love doing this, and we want to keep on doing it for you guys. So
we love you and all the stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Any other quick announcements before we go and do this? All right. It's another special intro video time with very special voiceover from a very special character named Finnegan Odwick. Hope you enjoy it. Hey there, everybody. It's Grandpa Finnegan again. Bada bing, bada boom, and all that stupid shit, But I gotta tell you, Grandpa Finnegan is kind of pissed right now. Why, you ask? Because this shit is taking way too long. They should have been a lot farther by now, and I think I'm gonna need to do something about it. I can, too. I'm a powerful wizard. You don't believe me? Well, everything's in Comic Sans now. Don't you hate it? I know you do. You're as pissed as I am. Carrie, you're doing a good job with the explosions and everything, but just don't kill everyone like you did last time. And Agner, stop being naked. It's not a good look, first of all. And second of all, it's not helping anything. Not cool. Halifax, you're doing alright, I guess, but you gotta learn to cast Detect Magic. I taught you that goddamn spell for a reason. And, Eridu, can you just stop throwing the stick? It's the most idiotic thing, honestly. And you know why I'm pissed? It's because Leah's making me pissed. She's getting pissed, and then everyone else gets pissed. Ugh. Anyway, It's Finnegan's Emporium 3, Fantastic Beast, Where to Find Them, and Infinity Wargs. What the shit is that about, Carrie? I guess we'll find out.
Don't you love it? Don't you hate it? Everything is Comic Sans now. Alex is shaking her head in disappointment, and I really hurt her eyes and her heart by putting the Comic Sans together, but blame that dude Finnegan. It's all his fault. It's all his fault. So
Oh, I do. Don't
I
worry.
like if the title just gets longer and longer.
it might just keep doing that.
That's pretty incredible. Okay,
Yeah. So
I'll shut up now.
that's fine. So let's go into group therapy, checking in with our characters to see exactly how they're feeling about recent events. And I'll go ahead and start with Egner. Egner, as I've said before, is completely out of his element, and he's trying to rely on the other characters in the party to keep him informed on what's going on, but everyone's been kind of absorbed in their own things, and Egner has been left out in the cold a little bit. He's really missing Ellie and Ellie's constant help in that regard. And he's also just has no idea, like, what is the right move anymore. And since everything's gotten, like, so bizarre, but he has no, like, visuals to back it up, he has no idea what to think when this potato head is saying, "Show me what you got." And somehow he arrived at the conclusion that he's got to show the potato head what he's got by taking all of his clothes off. And that was not cool, as the potato head told everybody. So Egner, he's just going to continue to go down this road of just being so confused, and he's just not going to know what the right move is, because no one is helping him to try and put everything into context and figure out exactly what the hell is going on here. So maybe he'll just, like, take out that sending stone and just complain to Finnegan even more and even more. So, yeah, we'll see how Egner handles it, because, I mean, right now he's not handling it all that well.
All right. Well, Eridu's pissed because Leah's pissed and everyone's pissed. So that's how Eridu's feeling. He's feeling pissed. No, I think Eridu's just kind of, he was afraid of stuff. He turned into a bird. He flew away. Things happened, and then there was magic, and he threw sticks at stuff. And this is all just so ridiculous, and it's clearly Finnegan just doing some crazy Finnegan stuff. And yeah, this is like a vacation for Eridu. We've been dealing with all of this. We're dealing with all this, like, there's been wars, and there's been his father popping up, and his sister is back, and there's all this, like, family drama. Like, the vacation is when you go into the wizard's crazy hidey hole and you realize that he's just nuts. And that when you walk out of this situation, your life will be no different unless, of course, you die. And that's kind of where he's at, Let's just take it as it comes, and hopefully we survive. And if we don't, we're just going to throw a stick at it.
Yep. Shall I go?
Sure, yeah, go
on. Well, Leah's had a bit of a roller coaster, but at the beginning of last session, she got a kind but a little bit a gentle slap upside the head by her dear brother, in the form of get your head out of your own butt and stop. Yeah. So she actually has been actively working on that for the rest of the session. She was like, no, I'm going to try and pay attention to my companions and focus on figuring out how to help them. Questionable results with the helpfulness. And she did unfortunately notice that Halifax was genuinely helpful multiple times. Can you not hear me?
Yeah,
Oh, you can.
I,
Okay.
I can hear you.
You're not with your ear. Sorry. And to the point where she noticed that he gave up on his opportunity to rest and recuperate, so that everyone else could, and he's still not looking great with the health. So she was actually starting to think maybe I overreacted that first time, and then, well, the ending of that session changed things a little. Again, still right back to square one. But we'll see where things go from there. Also, Carrie, do you want a rundown of the series of emotions she had during that scene now, or like when we get back into it, or not at all?
I mean, now is a good time to do it.
It is group
Okay.
therapy, after all.
Yeah.
That is true.
We're talking about emotions.
Yes, that's true. So yeah, she, after the outrage and shock, as you so well put it, she then had the brief satisfaction of slapping Halifax back. But then it was actually kind of overtaken by jealousy of Eridu, who got to sit down and talk with Wally and like help him maybe with his life and not have to worry about accidentally brainwashing him. Like that cut deep for Leah. She would love to be able to do that, but no, she doesn't get to. So, but then at some point that is going to turn into like actual fear. Like she is going to be shaken once everything sinks in. I'm not sure exactly when that's going to come into play. When she's actually going to have that realization that's going to make her afraid, but it's coming.
So-
Alright.
Halifax has been struggling to puzzle out exactly what's been going on here. He's been focusing on the fact that everyone's pretty much trapped here for the time being. We need to find this, what was it called now? The Dahaka? Something along those lines. And so far we've found no sign of it. We're now in this strange place where there seems to be things to figure out, but how they all piece together is unclear. So he's focusing like a laser on this. And seeing Wally and realizing that he was trying to find himself, he thought, you know what, let's test the connection that Leah seems to have, because he's seen Leah do these amazing things and he thinks they're great. So he's like, you know what, let's make this happen. And he experiments with gusto, and it didn't seem to work. And so he immediately dropped the issue and did not pursue it or thoroughly apologize or anything, because as far as he was concerned, it was a trial and error thing. He was very much in his own head. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he reacts to any potential fallout of that. But other than that, Halifax has not really. I didn't really think about it before with the whole long rest thing and not getting that. Halifax is leaning into his element. He's making sure that everyone around him is sorted and that he's using whatever powers he has at his disposal to help people out. And he's not introspecting too much on it at the moment. And that's about it.
Alright. Take it away, Carrie.
Okay. All right. So pick back up in the room with Wally. So Eridu, Halifax, and Leah here from the other room. Not cool. What do you do?
Well, it appears that Egner has done something that is not cool. Should we check on him or just let him deal with his own problems?
Certainly rather make sure that he's alright. This potato head may be commenting on the fact that an orc has snuck up behind him and gored him through the belly. Because that would certainly not be cool.
He should
Tell
be
me,
so
Halifax,
lucky.
how does a potato head have a belly?
No, Igna. Igna has the belly.
Oh, well, he'd be fine. Plenty of beer in there. Wally,
I'll just go check on our friend.
Eridu's gonna like put his hand up to the glass. I believe you will find yourself, but for now we must leave you. Good luck, my friend.
Odds.
Leah's going to not follow them out. She's going to sit on the ground with her head in her hands and have feelings.
Okay. Do you want to describe it? Like what she's going through, or?
This is the part where she's like actually like shaken. She's just realized what actually happened. It's bringing up bad memories for her. She's feeling genuinely afraid and is at the moment doesn't know what to do with that. So she's just sitting down and having it happen.
Okay.
The come down. God damn. As the other characters walk in, Agner will be finishing this whole ranting thing and say, I don't know what you mean by not cool, and furthermore, I don't understand what you want. If you don't want this, I mean, what if you can't even tell me what it is that you want to see? So I don't know, and whatever. You know what? I'm done talking to you. And then he'll search around to where his clothes got thrown, and he'll try and figure out putting everything back on while he's grumbling to himself.
Agner,
Yes?
are you aware of your current status?
No, absolutely not, Halifax. How could I be? If you conveniently forgot, I'm blind, and I've been kind of trying to rely on you all to help me figure out where we are, what's going on, where the hostiles are, and no one's helping me. So I'm just trying to figure it out on my own.
You're quite right, Agner. Allow me to help you get dressed again.
That'd be great, thanks. Because that didn't help in this situation, apparently.
Yeah, I will help Agner get dressed. Look over to Eridu and where we've just come from. Eridu, where's Leia? Leah. That one.
I don't. Am I my sister's keeper, Halifax?
Rude.
She has feelings and emotions of her own. Apparently, she is needing to be away from us. But we should probably go look for her to make sure she's safe. This place is strange.
You help Agner get dressed. I want to go through and take notes and see if it's affecting that Wally person.
Okay, so as you go back in, you will, once you step into the room, you'll be hit with a wave of, I don't know, if you want to, decide maybe how it would be affecting him.
No, I think it's probably radiating out in waves.
So, similar feelings. Yeah.
Probably, yeah. Yeah, feeling afraid, but not in a visceral fight or flight way, but in more kind of like an existential way.
Leah, are you all right?
No.
And I'll glance up at Wally, but I'll also know that it's probably not the most appropriate time. Does Wally seem affected by this?
No, he doesn't.
Confirmation. Okay.
For science.
Is Wally in a glass case of emotion?
Yay! I was fully expecting a Wrath of Khan reference with the whole hand on the glass thing.
No, I had to go with the Anchorman reference. Sorry.
Leah, I understand that this place is harrowing and stressful. Is there anything I can do to help make you feel better? Was it seeing the "show me what you got" man?
Halifax, no. It was you.
Me?
Look, you used me. You were doing your experiment. I know why you did it. But you used me like a tool or a weapon. You were like, let's see what happens when we hit Leah and fire her at someone else. It's like I'm some sort of a trebuchet or something. You load me up and fire me off at someone else. That's not
Not cool.
and it's not safe. Once you start doing that, even just a few times, I'm not resilient. I'm not going to be able to stand up to that. I will break, and it won't go well. On top of that, probably don't want. I feel like this presence around us does not have our best interests at heart, and we probably don't want to let them know that I can be used like that. So if nothing else, for your sake, please never do that again.
Apologize. The nature of my position within our group, it tends to be trying to find solutions, use whatever tools we have at our disposal. I did not consider that perhaps my methods were affecting people. The end result is certainly what I've been focusing on. The results did not meet my expectations. And perhaps I should apologize more for the attempt than the lack of results.
Perhaps. I appreciate what you've been doing. As much as it pained me, I saw what you did to help everyone. So I'm willing to believe that you did not do this for evil reasons, that you did in fact do it out of wanting to help. But you can't do it again.
It appears that in wanting to help the group, I hurt a part of it. Hurting one of us hurts all of us.
Especially when it's me. Sorry. She didn't actually say that. She didn't actually say that.
Laya, is there anything that I can do right now to help fix this?
No. Just tell me you won't do it again.
Absolutely. I will never again use you as a tool. You are a valued member of this team now, Leodam. You've been with us for a very short amount of time, but not only does your connection to Eridu form some sort of nepotistic bias in the rest of the party, but you have also started to prove your usefulness. This obviously has to be my primary motivation for wanting to keep you around. We should perhaps make ourselves useful again. Aignar's currently naked, by the way.
Well, guess we'll just have to deal with that.
Yes. I'll just go check to see if he's all right. I'll give you a minute.
I'll come back in with everyone else.
As you leave the room, and this is like everybody can hear it, but it sounds like he's trying to sort of whisper it specifically. You go, psst, psst, Leah, I've got your best interest at heart. I have. Just yours, though. Just yours. But like everyone can hear it.
Yeah, it's not giving me any more confidence.
Okay, you go back into the room. I mean, by
Eridu
this
is
point-
awkwardly trying to, dress Agner, probably doing his best to make sure that Agner's clothes stay off as long as possible.
And Egner will be constantly making snide comments, like he'll turn and be like, Eridu, did you touch my ass? Eridu.
No, Agner, I did not touch your ass.
What a dick.
Someone touched my ass.
It was not me.
Okay. All right.
But I can't seem to find the leg hole for your third leg. I'm not sure what to do with this.
Look, I'll handle it. Just find where I put my sword, okay?
Is this it?
No, that's not.
I did not touch your ass, Agner.
Okay, good to know. And Agner will be pulling on the last little bits of armor by this point when Leah and Halifax come in, and sensing their presence, hearing their footsteps, and he'll say, all right, so let's get down to brass tacks. Is there anything in this immediate area that we even need to deal with? Because I've been trying to make this thing over here happy, and I can't. And furthermore, I don't see how that's going to help anything. Can we just move on? Can we do that?
At some point when we get out of here, if we have a chance to talk to Finnegan again, we need to take him to task for whatever it is he's doing in here, because it is not okay.
I say we just kill him and be done with it.
You start hearing over the like voice thing. Not that you would know it. The song "You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet."
Wouldn't know it.
It just goes straight to the chorus, and it's like, you ain't
Yeah.
seen nothing yet.
Of course.
I hear music, strange music.
I hear someone singing very terribly.
Of course it's Finnegan singing along with it.
Right?
Of course, of course. Yeah, I am rather disturbed at everything that I've been hearing and sensing around here. Frankly, I'd ask you all to describe it to me, but at this moment, maybe I don't want you to do that.
A series of tubes with people and beings seemingly incarcerated within them. If anything, should we not judge whether or not we should free them? If they're imprisoned here, it seems certainly against some of their will.
If we freed them from the glass, they would still be trapped with us in this place.
Also, how do you know that they're not dangerous? Maybe Finnegan is keeping them restrained for a reason.
They all seemed really friendly. Clearly, that means we should believe they're fine.
Well, I don't know what to say to that at this moment. And furthermore, I don't know if we have the time or the resources to do a full-on jailbreak right now.
Finnegan certainly seems to have designed this place to some degree, placing things in our path to rattle us. He wouldn't have put things here for no good reason. If he didn't want us to see this, he would have steered us clear of it, surely.
So are you saying that this is another kind of test?
I would
What?
assume so.
Well, I don't know what the right answer is right now. Clearly, I thought the right answer was taking my clothes off for some reason, but was not the right answer. So I'll
Well,
take
we've
any ideas you
explored-
all have.
We've explored 2 of the offshoot rooms from this main chamber. Let us check out the 3rd and see if a solution presents itself. Or an exit.
Okay. I just don't want to get blasted by another fireball. That's what I really care about right now.
So, heading into the third room. There is no exit, so it seems like there was only the one door in and out. In here there are jars again, but slightly smaller. They have all sorts of like weird creatures inside them. One of them is like, how to describe it? I could tell you what it is, but I feel like I should try and describe.
Yes,
It's
describe
like-
it, please.
It's got like it's like pink, and it has a long tail, and it has like claw, like that kind of shape. And it looks like it might it would be made to, well, made to.
Wrap around a
but-
face? Maybe
Yeah.
give it a hug?
There we go. Thank you. Yes, it looks like face-sized. In another, there's a small, like, furry brown and white creature.
Is it just a
it-
ball of fur?
No, it has
Oh,
eyes and
big
arms and
ears.
legs. Yeah. And next to that is a similar looking thing, but it has like slightly less natural looking colors to it, and it has big eyes that like clack open and close, and every so often it makes like sighing or nonsense noises. There are a few other things in there. This seems mostly like odd creatures.
Is the second one a little more naked? Like bald? Is it a gremlin? Is it a gremlin reference?
Yes.
The,
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm like
middle one.
40, right?
Yeah.
No, the second one was a Mogwai, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's getting technical.
So we've got Facehugger, Mogwai, Furby, and then other things.
Oh, Furby.
Mm.
Ooh!
I thought it was a gremlin. And then a mogwai.
Oh, no, that's using player knowledge, not character knowledge. Fuck. I wouldn't just suddenly think, hey, you know what? I think one of these things has acid blood that we could use on those bars. Let's start cutting them open. That would be so useful.
That'd be pretty sweet.
Is there like a record book or anything? Like, here is a list of all the things I've discovered about my prisoners by Finnegan Odwick.
There isn't actually. There are no notes, no books, no research notes stuck to walls.
So we've got a
Finnegan.
solution to another part of the puzzle, but
Er-
no way of getting there.
Eridu's just going to talk to the air. You know, unsure how Agner's been doing this whole communication thing because his perception has been wonderful. Finnegan, are we. What is with all these captured things? Just why?
Interesting. You never had a hobby, Eridu?
Your hobby sucks.
Well, I'm not a fan of stamp collecting. That sucks. But you know, people do it.
I've never seen the point of a hobby that kept things living inside of glass jars.
Well, I thought it's kinder than taxidermy. I'd be killing them then. At least they're alive.
Or you could find them already dead and then taxidermy them.
Yeah, I mean, I've done that too. You're like 2 rooms into this place.
Right.
Like, come on.
This is. What's the point of this? Like, why are we even here? We're supposed to go deeper. This is not a deeper space. This is just you showing off your hobby. Oh,
Well, keep going. Come on.
all right.
You got a job to do, aren't you?
So, I'm gonna turn to Egner. So, where do we go?
Why are you asking me?
Because you've become our de facto leader, obviously.
Well, I mean, I can't argue with that very much, but you don't have to stroke my ego, Eridu. I'm completely out of my element right now.
No, I tried doing that earlier.
Eridu, enough of that for right now. We need to focus.
So, if Eridu was a 3-5 character, he would have lots of ranks in innuendo.
Yes, he would. Can you all try and help remind me what exactly it is that we're doing down here in this godforsaken lab? What are we trying to find? Was it called the something?
Haka.
Dahaka?
Dahaka. And
Oh, that's really what it was called, because I was going to make a joke.
yeah. And Egner will pull out the sending stone, like even though he feels like he could just talk to the air and then, you know, have a conversation with Finnegan. He feels like this is more like targeted, and he can like channel his anger in a better way with the sending stone. And he'll say, Finnegan, what the hell is the Dahaka? And I mean, where is it anyway? Because we're just wandering around here in your weird lab or whatever this is.
Do you guys not listen at all? All right.
No, we don't.
The Dahaka. It's a time monster. A time guardian. If things start making waves in timelines, it comes in and, well, gets rid of them.
Is it a giant dragon with a human body, or is it a giant testicle? I'm not sure which.
What are you talking about, Eric?
Just something I read about a while ago. I don't even know if it applies here.
Okay. No, I'm sorry. Finnegan, continue. I'm listening.
It's just a demon. It's a big demon. I told you, it's 3 levels below the lab.
Okay.
Well, it's a 2nd level below. I don't know, dimensions.
All right. What direction do we need to go in to go downstairs? Because I would like to get this.
Come on. You're not that dumb, right? Down. You get downstairs by going down.
Yeah, I mean, but this whole floor plan that you have over here is kind of beyond my understanding right now. It's.
I mean, I feel like I'll level with you. From where you are now, it's pretty much a straight line. I mean, it was if this place was designed to get you from like one point to another without sending you off on too many different directions. You know, it's like someone put it together to keep you on track and, you know, make sure you went and saw what they wanted you to see and you hit all like the interesting points without any boring bits.
Okay.
I got the feeling this was the dead opposite of that. I felt like that we were kind of being led around in all directions that made no real sense.
Well, if there's no exit out of this room, there was that other hallway that was very cluttered.
Okay, well then that gives us a pretty good direction. One more thing, Finnegan, about this Dahaka. How dangerous is this thing?
Oh, it's like world ending. Yeah, but you'll be fine. You guys got this. It's like,
so
imagine
dangerous.
like a god in your world, but like, I don't know.
I
10
mean,
times
he
powerful.
was too afraid to face it alone. That's why he sent us. So clearly, it's pretty dangerous.
We need to kill this thing, or what?
Yeah,
or,
you got this. You got this.
Alright. Okay. You know what? I'll talk to you in a bit. And he'll put the sending stone away, and he'll just start scratching his head. and he's trying to grapple with this whole idea of like Finnegan is such a powerful magic user. Like he can tell that. Egner can tell that at least. And if Finnegan can't deal with this thing, and he's expecting us to deal with this thing, then yeah, Egner's just tripping out on that, and he just mumbles to everyone else. Okay, it's right over there. Said it was a straight line to go over there, so let's go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Okay.
I'll stop in on Wally first and let him know that we've found where we're going to go. But if we do find a way out of here and we have the option, that we'll come back.
He nods solemnly.
I'll then give a curt nod to the flying potato thing, and if they can see me through the doorway, just sort of like wave to the burger making beholder.
Omelet.
Omelette, that was it.
He's making omelets.
Okay. Into the next corridor then?
Yeah.
Going back out. So you'd already, I can't remember which said pulled or pushed the door open, whichever one it was. It doesn't matter.
If it's a push door, we pull it. If it's a pull door, we push it.
Naturally. Okay. So stepping into this room. So you kind of got a brief glance at it before, but it is basically it's like 130-foot long corridor. And you have to walk one by one down it, because there is junk, or what seems to be junk, piled up on either side. Starting down.
Is there anything interesting in the jug?
Well, as you walk, you notice amongst like there's absolutely loads of stuff, but some of the things that you pick out specifically are a broken spinning wheel, a black leather woman's handbag, although it's not really a design that you guys have really seen from your world. There's an old shop sign that's propped up against the wall that reads "The Arcane Getaway," a woven triangular hat, a rolled up carpet, a decorative rifle that looks no longer usable, that's wrapped in a tangle of roses, a glowing shell necklace, a small like obelisk with wavy lines that reach about halfway up, an anchor that has a sign on it that says "Lift for a free night stay." There's a rose under a bell jar, a fossilized dog, a monocle with a white feather stuck in the side, a giant fork with a pair of gloves draped between the prongs, a pile of skulls with a scroll sticking out of the top, and right at the end of the corridor, propped up against the wall where the next door is a sword propped up, and the base of it looks like it's encased in stone, and it looks like someone has chipped it out of stone. And your face was another door.
So we found Finnegan's junk room.
Eridu wants to try to lift the anchor
Okay. You want to go try to lift the anchor?
with my 8 strength. I will get a free night stay for sure.
Roll me a strength check.
10. I rolled an 11.
It does not even move off the floor. Like, this feels impossible to pick up.
There's no way this thing weighs like a bajillion pounds. No one could ever pick this up.
I'll take that as a challenge. There's something that needs to be lifted.
Okay. You
What
want to
have
do
you,
a strength check as well?
what have you found, Eridu? And then he'll come over, all swaggering, and yeah. Oh, by the way, everyone, I was able to pull up my character sheet now.
Woohoo!
It seems
You
like
can actually play Agner.
yeah, absolutely, just in time. But yeah, it looks like D&D Beyond was experiencing a little problem.
Just for you.
Just for me. So, athletics, go! So that's going to be a 16 total.
yeah, again, like this, it has like a tiny little bit more movement, but you don't even get it off the floor.
Okay, whatever this is, feels like it belongs on a ship or something. It's not worth it. Whatever. Let's keep moving, shall we?
Well, there was one that I actually wanted to go and look at, and that was I wanted to go and unravel the carpet and just take a look at the embroidery on it.
You mean unroll it?
Yeah, that's the word.
Let's hope it's
I don't
from
want to
Aladdin and
unravel
not
it.
the X-Files.
Okay.
I just think it's a
you-
pretty carpet. That's all. I'm not metagaming here, unless
If
it
a
does
genie
fly,
comes
and then I'm
out of it,
taking
that's
that
on
shit.
you.
Okay. So unrolling it. Yes, it unrolls to be like a brightly coloured design. It has tassels on the end.
Mostly purple, a little bit of gold.
Is it one that I
Yeah.
can just drape over my shoulder and take? Because I really like this. I think it'd be great on my floor in my house.
Really would
I
tie
don't
the room
think
together.
now is the time, Eridu.
But you don't
Dude,
find
decorating.
embroidery like this anywhere. This is immaculate. I also really like that purse.
No.
But-
I wouldn't trust anything that belongs to Finnegan.
This doesn't belong to Finnegan. This is shit that he stole and just stored here.
I wouldn't trust that either.
Look, it belongs in a museum, okay? We just take as much of this as possible and put it in my museum.
Oh my God! Is the Ark of the Covenant here?
uh,
You can take it if you want.
I'm gonna try to take the bag and the rug unless Leah literally pulls me away.
I mean,
She
we
might.
expect this of Eridu. It's a tale as old as time.
He's not taking the rose under the glass jar. He's leaving that for Halifax.
Yeah.
Eridu, come on. Just let's go. Come on.
All right. Just the purse then. Just the purse. It'll be light and easy. I'll take just that. He's gonna take his sexy man bag.
Yeah.
Leave the carpet.
Okay.
It's a good man
Okay.
bag. Does anyone tell Egner about the sword at the end of the corridor?
No.
I will describe things as we walk down the corridor. So as we're passing each thing, I'll describe the array of items for Eigner.
By the way, I want that list of items at some point in time. Just text it to me.
Yeah, Kerry said that she's going to put it on the Instagram later.
All right. So as Halifax is talking, Egner will just grumble and just say, "God, this just sounds like a room full of junk. A room absolutely full of useless junk." And then he'll say, "There's a sword at the end of the corridor as well." And he'll say, "Hold on, let me go check it out." And he'll go to the end and try and figure out what's going on with this sword.
Okay. What would you do with it? You can pick it up.
Yeah, he'll try and pick it up, and he'll try and get an idea of like. So did you say that like it was like a sword that was in the stone, but then the stone bit got chiseled out? So there's like, is
Yeah.
there like a hunk of stone that's still stuck to the sword?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So if he can pick it up and feel the extra heavy weight and move it around, then he'll say, "Oh, there's got to be a way to get this off of here." And he'll
Get this sword out of this stone.
yeah, exactly. And then he'll go so far as to like lie on the ground on his back, and he'll have the hilt of the sword right here, and then he'll try and get his feet up and get it like on the stone bit, and he's just gonna try and like try and
Okay,
pull it apart that way.
Do a strength check.
Okay, like athletics or just straight strength?
Yeah, you can do athletics. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh man, that's only 15.
It doesn't budge at
Okay.
all.
Is
Does it have
there
any
a
description on it?
Putting me on the spot here, Drew.
Like, does it maybe say Ensis Caliburnus on it, perhaps?
I don't know. If he hacked it out of the rock, maybe it doesn't say anything at all.
If if that's what it's if that's what it was saying. I didn't do a lot of research on each of these things, like you got what it is from the description. If that's what it has on it, it's got that on it.
All right, so
It's just the Disney reference, guys. We're not going deep into it.
So Egner will get frustrated and just grumble something about, this could be a useful weapon. It could be, but honestly, it's just a little too heavy to bother with. And then he'll huck it over to the left and just kind of throw it and hear it clatter against the wall or whatever.
Okay. So you've got a door at the end of the corridor, or other items if you want to go up.
Should probably just open the door.
Before we go any farther, is there anything we can do to try and figure out if there's any magical traps on this door? Because I get this weird feeling that something awful is going to happen when one of us tries to open this door. I mean, call me paranoid, but this whole experience has been hellish so far, with the uncertainty and not knowing how dangerous things are.
It's not paranoia if they're really out to get you.
I could certainly apply my arcane manipulations and see if there's something here. And I'll do an Arcana check.
Go for it.
I should roll a die, shouldn't I?
Yep.
Do it.
I got a 10 on the die. I got a +9 for Arcana, so there we go. 19.
That's pretty hot.
Okay, there doesn't seem to be any sort of magical traces around this door. There are no symbols carved in it. There's no magical trip wires. There's nothing. Just seems like a door.
From everything I can find, Ignar, there's nothing that I recognize as a magical enchantment. That's not to say there isn't one. Just one that I've not come across. And I have seen a fair few.
Alright, well, I guess that's good enough for me. And then Egner will go up and he'll open the door. And if nothing bad happens to him when he opens the door, then what he's going to try and do is stick his head through the opening and have a little listening session and try and pick up any echoes of whatever is coming up from. He's hoping that this is the path, like it's a staircase downward or something, so he's trying to hear what's down there.
As you open the door into this room, you can see that it's not a big room, and there is another door opposite. What you do notice as soon as you pull the door open and sort of stick your head in, is there's basically an audible hum of energy in here. It feels like a base level. It's not like it's building up to anything, but it's so intense you can feel it like either a vibration within you, and it gives you that kind of little sick feeling, like when you go over a bump really fast in a car. It's that kind of like stomach in your chest kind of feeling, but you don't hear anything. Like you don't hear, I mean, you can't hear stairs, but you know what I mean. It's kind of just this room. You can't.
Okay. Egner will come back out and he'll say, there's a strange sound and energy that in here that I don't really quite understand. Look, can someone else go first this time?
Sure.
Fine.
Halifax, no, you should not go first.
Yeah, no, you stay. How big is the doorway? Like, how wide? Is it like a single door? Was it like a double door thing?
Actually, I think it's like a double door, so it's like 10 foot if you'd open it.
Okay, so then Eridu is going to turn into Beridu. That way he has got a good hefty amount of endurance as he gives a mighty growl and saunters into that room.
Okay.
A bear saunter.
So, yeah, the room's big enough. So as you step in, you feel this as well, and it feels like it's almost like pressing in on you, this energy. And as you look around, you can see shelves in here where there are more objects like the ones in the hallway, but these ones are displayed properly. They're sort of put on a shelf as if they're carefully being put there. You want to take a look around?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just kind of mostly keep an eye out for any threats, and then see if something happens, like if my skin starts to melt away or something like that. And then if I feel the room is reasonably safe, I'll roar.
I think that's his good growl. I think that's yeah.
Yeah,
I have
so
no idea
nothing
what sounds
seems to
bears make.
Yeah, nothing seems to happen. It feels relatively safe. Are you all heading in?
Guess we'll go in.
Yeah, we'll head in.
I can look up the bear stat block.
So on these, distracted by the chat. So on these shelves are more items, and in this room you see a quill, a 3-pronged fork with a bent third prong, a bunch of carrots, an apple, a blue pointed hat with silver stars down it, a golden oil lamp, a pair of folded shorts that kind of looking at them, they look to be sort of a silky fabric, and you can see red and white vertical stripes, and a blue hem with silver stars on it. 2 slippers that both appear to be for the right foot. One is like a ruby red color and slightly glittering, and one looks to be made of crystal. You see a briefcase in the corner, not on a shelf. There's an old ornate wardrobe, and on like a little plinth, there's a book with a hole torn through the middle. It's like a black leather-bound book with a big rip through the middle. As you get closer to any of these objects, you feel that hum intensify. So you feel like it's coming from these objects.
I mean, one of us should jump for the lamp and rub it, right?
I mean, we wouldn't know that if that's a good or bad idea. But Egner will experiment with, because he's really kind of intrigued by this like low bass frequency hum that's going on, and he'll he's like feeling it in his body, and he's feeling like specific organs like resonating with that kind of resonant frequency, and it's kind of freaking him out a little bit, but also he's really intrigued. So he'll spend this little bit of time like walking around the room and trying to get a sense of like it's getting stronger if he goes closer to this thing, and then he'll get a little closer and feel it even more intense, and then back away, and then he'll go in another direction. But he won't get too close to any of these items, and he'll try and call out to someone else and say, what kind of insane magic is going on in this room? Magic Man, tell me what's going on.
I'll do an Arcana check, I suppose. See what's going on, because I have no explanations for you.
Yep, go for it.
23. Roll to 14.
Okay. So you get the feeling that these items on their own usually wouldn't create this sort of energy from them. You kind of putting it together in your head, you think that it's them being in proximity to each other that's creating this energy. And you sort of come to a conclusion that, I mean, looking at how Finnegan's seemingly taken creatures and people from other places and brought them here, that these are probably important objects from other places that he's brought into one place. You can't really work out necessarily what it is, what the purpose for doing that is, but that's what you get.
In short, Ignar, I don't know.
Okay.
These are a bunch of items that have all been brought together for reasons.
This Finnegan is mysterious, and I'm becoming increasingly unsettled by him.
I am going to go over and start fiddling with a few of these items. Going to like pick them up and like just like see what happens if I like touch two of them together, and maybe like casually turn and rub the lamp against something else.
As you start to try and touch them together, it's almost like a magnetic energy, you know, where it pushes them away. They won't quite touch. But as you like touch them more and more, the voice comes over again and says, "Hey, why are you going into other people's places and touching all this stuff? You brought up in a barn?"
Isn't that the given standard of behavior, Finnegan?
No.
Well, that's
Come
certainly
on.
what you did when you came to visit us in the Temple of Anesti.
That's different thing again. Yes.
It's different because it's Finnegan. Rules don't apply to him.
Mm-hmm.
Thinks Eridu in his bear form.
Right. Well,
Does Eridu think to himself, "Oh bother"?
Oh, God.
Is there a pot? Just a jar somewhere? I
Sure.
mean,
Back in the junk room.
Oh, it's loads of Disney stuff. Let's get you a red belly shirt.
all of a sudden, Eridu starts to sniff the air and catches the scent of something and begins to make his way towards the other room.
I'm gonna try and move in front of the bear and be like, "Can we just keep going?"
Is there a way out of this room?
Yep.
I
There's
presume
a
there's a
door
door at the other
Oh.
end.
opposite where the door you came in was.
Yep. Let's go for it. Let's go to the next area.
Door?
Okay. You open the doors. What was that?
I just said no honey for Baradu.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay, so you open the doors, and this opens out into what looks more like a bit more like a scientific lab. And there are tables, there are tools scattered across them, there are books lying open and notes around. But what you notice first, and immediately when you step in here, and Leah, you notice this immediately. This is like, it's snapped to your attention. You feel like all of your sadness and your anger is being pulled out. So it's coming to the surface, and you can almost feel it being like something is sucking it like from you. So you're feeling all these feelings. So in turn, everybody else starts feeling the same things, coming both from you, and then eventually it mixes with their own. And so everyone is feeling angry and sad, like to an intense level.
Oh, I see. So it's not actually like drawing it all the way out. It's just bringing it up.
Yeah. And looking across the room, you notice that there is a chunk of crystal on a table set into like a little display thing. And as you stepped in, it was like a blue color. And as you get sort of closer to it, it starts to turn almost purpley, as if it's getting stained with red. There is a note out in front of this crystal. There are other things in the room. There also on the table, there's a little pyramid. There is a bell jar that has inside it a dark brown chunk of metal that's split into like a 3x6 grid, and the top right corner is broken off and looks like it's been flattened and melted. There's a poster on the wall of a metal man, and it reads underneath Robocop. And underneath the poster, there's a pair of black squared sunglasses. There's a ceramic pot on one of the surfaces with a handful of quills and pencils in. It's a black and coppery orange and decorated with ancient looking artwork. There's a post-it note sort of just tucked underneath it with a note on it.
What?
How far do I need to go back?
The post-it note, like, there seems to be a square of some sort of parchment.
Yeah, but as a player, you know what post-it note is fun.
Oh.
There's a note. There's a note torn from a book, just laying out in the middle of a table, and in the very far corner, there's a small white knight chess piece stood on the floor.
Eridu is gonna walk over and pick up the knight, and then look around for the rest of the chessboard.
Okay, as you touch it, it bursts into a large white suit of armor, and it has a little name badge on it that says Stevie.
Oh. I'm gonna lift up the visor with my claw.
Empty.
I'll look back at everyone else.
Leah is going to actually slowly back out of the room.
Okay. I will say that there are 2 doors leading off of this room as well. There's one directly opposite, and then there's one to the wall on the left.
How tall a raised section is this crystal that's slowly turning red?
It's on a table, so.
Okay.
And then it's just on like a small. It's like just a thing holding it on, like upright on the table.
Okay. Then yeah, let's go check that out. I'm gonna go over and see if like I can pick this crystal up and.
Okay. As you touch it, you feel that anger and sadness. You're feeling the death of Theala. You're feeling the anger of the like arguments that you've just had. You're feeling every single deep-rooted anger and hatred and sadness being pulled from you, and under your fingertips, the crystal starts to stain properly red. It leaks out like a bright crimson red and starts to take over the whole crystal. And you can see there is a note underneath it, or like an open book with writing on it. You can't. You can lift it up. It's big. It's not like a light thing, but you can pick it up off the table.
Does he read the note?
Yeah. What does the note say?
Okay. The note says in a very scratchy, rushed handwriting. I'm not going to read it in Finnegan's voice. Says, with concentrated effort, I can get it to shoot beams of light, but I can't get them to stay out. Too much time around it is too much to handle. Lost 3 nit plugs testing it. Last one's whole alignment changed. Tried breaking bits off, didn't work as well as I wanted. And then underneath you see there's maths and diagrams and a diagram of some sort of weapon that doesn't really make sense to you. It's like a tube shape.
Do we just find Tesla's death beam or whatever it was?
It's something. It's an emotional death ray. And
Yeah.
and Egner, who has been, you know, like, just quietly stewing. Again, when Aaliyah is affecting his emotions, he is so clueless about, like, the connection. And furthermore, he doesn't feel like he's, like, acting out of line or whatever. He just, like, follows the swing of his emotions, and he thinks he's, like, totally in control the whole time. So he'll be feeling the sadness and feeling the anger, and then he'll just, you know, no one's really said much. Everyone's pretty quiet, and he'll just like shout to everyone, "Will you all just shut up already? I'm trying to think. Ugh. I'm trying to get us out of here, and all of you are just getting in the way and obstructing this whole thing. What's wrong with you?"
Eridu's gonna like turn swiftly towards him and growl, and just walk over and paw him down and hold him to the ground with his paw.
And then Agnar will start to do this like very like ineffectual kind of fighting, like while the bear claws in his face. He'll be like, "Oh God, Eridu, if you weren't a bear, I'll just throttle you right now."
Right.
While Agnar and Eridu are fighting, rather than the sort of clear-headed version of Halifax at the beginning of this dungeon, Halifax, again overcome with anger and sadness, still holding on to this thing, will charge on over with his staff and try and like hold Eridu off while still scolding Agnar. We're here to try and help you, Agnar. But surely you can see that we're all here together as a team. Now get up off the ground, you silly boy.
He'll get up, and then he'll actually like shove Halifax in the chest and be like, "Well, you've done a right shit job of it, is what you've done. A lot of help you all are."
Leah's going to scream from the back doorway where she's been slowly backing away to, because she thought this was all her. Halifax, put the thing down.
No, I'm gonna roll to see if I do or not. 'Cause I don't know what would be the more exciting thing. Oh, okay. I'll look angrily at it, look at her, and then just... I don't really want it anyway, and just sort of toss it to the ground. It's a silly thing.
So yeah, all of that, the intense hatred and sadness starts to ebb away, but there's still that kind of like base level of it that there was when you stepped in the room. But it's not quite as like,
If we,
you know.
if Leah leaves the room entirely, does it drain away completely?
No,
It does not. Okay.
no, it's still there. I mean, it was intensified to them when you were in there because they were also feeling your level of it on top of their own, but they're still feeling it when you're not in direct like range of them. But yeah, there's still the little pyramid on the table.
Did Stevie do anything when I reacted?
No.
Okay. If we put him on a horse, will he immediately fall off? Does he ride his horse backward?
I think this is a reference I'm not getting. I don't know.
It's also a reference.
It's a what?
Actually, it's a Through the Looking Glass reference.
It's okay, I didn't get it either.
In Through the Looking Glass, the White Knight rides his horse backward and he keeps falling off.
Of course, yeah. You're right. I remember now. Okay. So there's the pyramid. There's the sunglasses in the poster. There's the ceramic pot, and there's the note that's just left out on the side. Left. And the thing in the bell jar as well.
Well, someone should read the note.
Yeah, well, what did the note say?
The one that's just left out on its own. It says, If Agner dies, get Alfred and not Derek. In training, but even then, seem to know what they're doing more than him.
Okay, who read the note, and did they read it out loud or silently?
I'll read the note out loud. I'll go back over to the table.
Okay, hold on. And Agnar's still got a little residual being pissed off. If Agnar dies, then get some kind of replacement that'll do better than me. Look, Finnegan, first of all, you're really underestimating me. if you've been paying attention at all, I'm perfectly good at taking care of myself. And if I die, good luck trying to replace me with anyone that's even close to close to me. You know. I don't know why I'm feeling so angry right now. I'm not shouting at any of you, obviously. I'm shouting at Finnegan, you know?
Yeah, Leah's still in the like back doorway because she is pretty sure that if she goes back into the room, things will deteriorate.
Brexit. There's a whole bunch of random things here. It doesn't seem clear that any of these things are to help us progress at all. Okay, so yeah, I guess with the feeling of anger and sadness that's coming out in this room, I'm going to I've forgotten my own familiar's name. Tobias. There we go. I don't need to look it up. I'll pull out Tobias. We'll just stare at each other for a few minutes, and then just nod and just be like, "Yeah, we're not liking each other right now." I will send him to the other doorway, and I'll go through one of the doors, and he'll go through the other.
Oh, yeah.
And so I'm not going to warg into his senses. Like, I don't want to be anywhere near that bird right now. Yeah, we're just going to go our separate ways and then reconvene when appropriate. So Tobias might be gone forever. I don't know. I don't care.
Which door is which going through?
Halifax will go through the left door.
Anyone else want to, inspect any of these other carefully placed items? No.
Which ones haven't been checked out yet?
There's the pyramid.
Faraday,
There's
put the
the thing
sunglasses on.
There's a thing on the bell jar. There's a sunglasses. I'm calling sunglasses. And there's a ceramic pot, like pen pot, that has a note tucked underneath it.
Ceramic pot.
Oh
I'm gonna
no.
go over to the ceramic pot, and I'm gonna grab it, and I'm gonna look inside.
As you
Then
look
I'm gonna
inside,
turn it
a
up.
lot of like quills and I've written pencils. I don't know if we have pencils, but you know what I mean. All fall out around you. Otherwise, it is empty. Yeah, basically.
Ooh, that magic item that's a jar that will produce like any liquid on command. How Newtonian does the liquid need to be?
I don't even know what that means.
Can it be slow?
Yeah, could it be honey? Newtonian fluids are those that react in the way that water does. So, like, if you run something through it and create a gap, it will immediately close in. But things like jelly and honey, they're non-Newtonian fluids. Custard is another good example. They'll react in a different way. If you apply high pressure to a non-Newtonian fluid, it'll usually absorb the impact rather than like allow you to go through it.
Oh, okay. Okay, so
Can you get honey from the pot? Is basically what I'm saying.
the pot is empty. There isn't it doesn't seem to be filling up with anything.
What about the note that was underneath it, though? Can Arity read that?
Yeah, he'll look at it after he's done being disappointed with the lack of honey.
Okay. It says, really Cronenberged up that one place. Whole planet Cronenberg's walking around. Myth false. No hope. Deceptive expectations. Pandora's box actually ajar. Who knew?
Iridu's gonna
Pandora's box is
stick
actually
a- stick his claw into the note and give it to Halifax. And just gotta give him a, huh?
Halifax
Okay.
is going to return the quizzical look, then be quite annoyed, and then storm off to go and brood with Tobias before going through the door.
Egner maybe getting a quick little description of the kinds of things in the room. He'll like feel around and try and go to the area where those like weird little sunglasses things or whatever they are. He'll try
Okay.
and find those and grab those.
Okay. I was just gonna speed is long. As you're feeling around, you accidentally brush against the pyramid thing.
Oh, okay.
um, and it starts to play a message.
Oh.
Touch it. And it says, "Those who use the dark side are also bound to serve it. To understand this is to understand the underwhelming philosophy of the Sith. The dark side offers power for power's sake. You must crave it, covet it. You must seek power above all else with no reservation or hesitation." There is a post-it note underneath it, but you wouldn't be able to read it.
Uh-huh.
And eventually you get around to the sunglasses. Pick them up, put them on. I mean, you can't see, so
Yeah. But he'll
you feel
look
like
cool.
you look cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He'll
like
kind
right
of
from like the 80s.
yeah.
Now,
he'll
if you
figure it
could
out.
see, it would allow you to recognize that when you looked at Eridu, he's not actually a bear, but he is an elf. So, if you were to say, look at an alien, you might actually see that they really look like a person with no skin on their flesh.
Yeah. Isn't that a
Something
reference
like
for
that.
They Live?
Yep.
That one?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's what the sunglasses were meant to reference, but
We're making our own
It's what they
references
meant.
now.
It's what
It
they're
is-
meant to reference.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
That's why it's under a poster.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Well, Egner will probably do one of these things where it's like with the glasses, he like just puts them on like this or whatever. Like he'll just wear them like totally wrong, and just assume that that's like the way you're supposed to wear them.
This is how the cool kids wear them.
Exactly.
Okay. Right. So sending Tobias through the door straight in front of you. It's a small, well, it's not that small, but it's a 30-foot by 30-foot like circular room with a domed roof on it. And it has a, I'm just trying to make this up. It has a squirrel statue, basically. But like a massive squirrel, not looks like a normal sized squirrel. And I mean, you're not like looking through his eyes, are you? So yeah, would you know this?
No, I'd basically get a report later when we meet up.
Well, no. He's safe. He's fine. As you go through your door, you're back into another corridor that, after 30 feet, turns to the left.
Eridu will go ahead and follow Halifax.
Okay.
Yeah, I think the whole like emotional like feeling angry and sad. I'm just gonna continue walking down, not call after people, and yeah, not a pleasant mix of emotions. Just gonna be like, no, fine. Everyone's just fighting amongst themselves. I'm gonna go off and do my own thing. Be
As
the
you
better
start to
wizard,
leave-
Halifax.
As you start to leave the room, you feel that all of those feelings sort of ease and leave. I mean, like, you can choose to hold on to them because they've been brought to the surface, but there's nothing like magically pulling them out.
Okay.
Also, if you say anything about being the better wizard out loud, are you saying that out loud?
I think when I feel those feelings subside, I'm just going to take a deep breath, really calm myself down, and then just go, yes, be the better wizard.
You just hear laughter throughout the entire thing. Oh, Halifax. Oh, you're so fucking funny. Oh, yeah. This is why I sent you down here. The comic relief. Yeah.
No, don't get drawn into the snark. Don't get drawn into the snark. I'm going to keep on exploring. I'm just going to roll my eyes and keep on exploring.
Okay. What is Leah and Agna doing?
Leah's kind of waiting for Egner to leave the room so she can just like go through it. But since she hasn't actually said that to anyone, you know.
Well, unlucky for Leah, she's not going to get what she wants as far as Egner just leaving. He's going to call out and say, Leah! Well, first he'll be like, Halifax, Eridu, but then they're already out of the room. So when he doesn't hear a response, he'll say, Leah, where are you?
I'm waiting for everyone to clear the room so that when I go through it, I don't amplify the effects of the crystal that was making us all angry.
That's
It's that.
that's nonsense. Nonsense. We're not angry or sad at all. I mean, what made you think that?
The fight, Agner.
Oh, yeah. No, I mean, we do that all the time. It's no big deal, really. Really. Look, what are these? And he'll be he'll be
Will they
doing
still be
this.
like partially
Yeah, they'll
off
still
his...
be like off his face or in some kind of weird way. What are these? I can't tell if they're supposed to be decorative or functional in some way. And also, this thing on the table is saying some mysterious things. Have you ever heard of the Sith before?
I have not, and I do not like it.
Yeah, it sounded rather creepy to me.
Those are, I think they're glasses. I don't know why you were wearing them like that, but
Oh, well, I mean, how are they supposed to go?
just you know what? Don't worry about them. Put them down, or take them with you, or whatever. Let's just leave this room.
I like that Agnes not been blind his whole life. He's surely seen people with glasses.
Yeah, I think glasses do exist in this particular fantasy world.
He's just not putting it together. So
Yeah, I like
Yeah,
it.
maybe he just doesn't realize what they are.
So he'll eventually figure it out and then slide them over on top of his nose, and he'll look at Leah and just say, "Deal with it." Let's.
Okay.
Maybe Aigner was just distracted that maybe the Sith reference was a bit forced.
Look, it's not every day that you find a holocron. It's not every day. You gotta celebrate that. And then Egner will say, "Look, shall we catch up to everyone? I'm not exactly sure where they went, but shall we?"
Yes. Well, I guess Leah has to probably help point him in the right direction, so she's just gonna like hope nothing goes terribly wrong and re-enter the room to join him.
Yeah, as you move through quite quickly, I mean, you do feel the feelings start, but you know, you kind of, if you push yourself on, you can get out of the room very quickly.
So yeah, she'll grab his arm and be like, "This way. Let's just move quickly."
Okay. And he'll be looking
Okay.
fly with his glasses.
She does not know what to
and-
make of
No
that
idea what they
situation.
On that, are we heading for a break? Break time?
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's break it. Okay, thanks for joining us, everyone. Join us again in 10 to 15 minutes, and we'll continue Finnegan's Finporium. Fantastic beasts, and where to fin them. Subtitle. Infinity Wargs. It's getting ridiculous, people, and I love it. We'll be right back.